Hi everyone, welcome to Monthly Messages with your angels and your higher self with me, Julie Poole. If this is your first time here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe, click that little bell so you don't miss a thing. All the cards that I use are in the description below, and the links to your weeklies and your other monthlies for your moon and rising, all in the description below. All right then, let's dive right in. Hello, my beautiful people. So how are we as we go into September? Well, first of all, before we start, as you can see, I'm in my new home. I finally moved. The summer has been intense here, very, very hot, as I know it has for many, many people. And I hope you have survived this incredible heat wave that we've had across a lot of the world through July and August. So what else have you survived? You have survived 3 eclipses in 4 weeks through July and August. So pat yourself on the back and say, oh my God, I'm so glad that's out of the way. You have survived Mercury retrograde, as have I. The amount of things that have gone wrong through Mercury retrograde have been silly. I'm a Virgo, as you know, and so Mercury is my ruling planet. So in the 3 weeks it went retrograde. This is a typical sort of thing. My new tenancy contract was incorrect and is having to be completely rewritten and redone. My removals dates, which was supposed to be the 8th, was suddenly changed with very short notice to the 5th. What else? I went to buy my car. Found out that they need my tenancy agreement for my car, which was invalid, so the paperwork for the car wasn't done. This is very typical of Mercury retrograde, and what we've got to do is try not to get really wound up and frustrated. We just say, okay, well, if I choose to sign contracts and try and buy electronics during Mercury retrograde, I have to check all the detail, all the fine print, be very, very careful. And if it does go wrong, try not to get too wound up. So we got through that. What else? Mars was retrograde until the end of August. I think 26, Mars goes straight. So as we go into September, we're starting now to get this energy moving with us to a gentle flow into the next phase of the rest of this year, the last 3 months. So thank goodness for that. But before we start, just pat yourself on the back and go, man, that was intense. There were heavy energies, there was emotional energies, there was all sorts coming up from the past. It was really hard work. And I got there and I released, let go, purged, had meltdowns, had tantrums, whatever you did. I'm sure we all did, but we got through it. So well done. Now let's see what September brings for each of the 12 signs. All right, my darlings, let's crack on. Hi Scorpio, how are we doing, my darlings? So let's see what we've got for you. I'm going to start with the angel cards. I usually finish with them, but that's where I want to go. What's the overall energy for September, please, for Scorpio from the angels? What do the angels want to tell Scorpio for September? And I want that one. Okay, good. As the card comes up on the screen now, have a look at this. You are creator. I am creator. I am. Now, remember that you co-create. You co-create with the universe. You co-create with the planet. You co-create with the law of attraction. So this month for you, Scorpio, in September is about creating. And as we've come out of that energy that was so intense for the end of July and August, we can now, as I said at the introduction there, feel this lighter, better energy just flowing and moving. So this is the time for you to create. So what we want to do now is look at, I want another card from the angels. What do you want to create? It's going to mean different things for different people because this is a general read. But what do Scorpios want to create? Well, they're asking you to work with your angels on this, okay? Angel Whispers is a card about we're all around you. We're whispering in your ear. We're whispering in your heart. We're whispering in your belly, in your gut. Listen to us. We will help you. We know your desires. We know your dreams. We'll help you to manifest and create them. So this is your overall energy for the month, is creating, which is fantastic because this is what you choose to create. So let's see what else the universe wants to tell you from your higher self, from your soul, from your source energy within and without. What does the universe want to tell Scorpio, please? These are new cards, these Syrian Starseed Tarot. I don't have them on the computer yet, guys, so I can't bring them up on the screen. I'll have them on for next month, okay? So we're going to start with the Tower. So what was blocking you from creating is being smashed open this month, okay? So your limitations, your limited thinking, your, oh, it wouldn't work anyway, or I don't deserve, or I don't know if I believe in that stuff, it hasn't worked for me before, that is being smashed wide open. This is fantastic, okay? Don't see this Tower card as a negative, because this is specifically about creating. So when we want to create, we have to be, for it to work, in an energy of gratitude and abundance and trust and flow. We have to know what we want to create. We have to have defined that. And we have to get rid of any beliefs that say, I'm not worthy, it wouldn't work, what's the point? They've got to go. So as we go into September, guys, you're starting the month with cracking open what is holding you back from creating the life that you dream of, the life that you deserve, and the life that you desire. Let the Tower crack open those limitations and say, I am unlimited. I can create anything I choose. Okay? Let's see what else the Syrian wants to tell you. So you've got the Five of Orbs, which is a card about feeling a little bit left out. This is what wants to go, okay? The Five, this is the kind of, the Five of, is the energy. If you look at him now, I'm going to bring him up to the screen because we haven't got these cards on the computer. All right, there's clouds around him, there's darkness, he feels unlimited, he feels disconnected, he feels alone. Now, for us to create with the I Am Creator card, we need to know that we're not alone. That's the bit with the Tower that needs to go. That's the bit that is being cracked open to say, I am not alone. The universe works with me. I am co-creator. I am connected. I can create anything and the universe has my back. So what else do you want to tell Scorpio? And what is this related to? Can we have more specifics, please? Okay. They're asking you, let me bring this up. Eight of Chalices. This is the Eight of Cups, guys, okay? So this is a card of walking away from what doesn't serve you, what doesn't make you happy. This is saying, I am creating, with this one, a life that really flows to me and works for me, is enriching, empowering, liberating, fulfilling. So where I'm not fulfilled, I'm going to walk away from that. I'm going to leave that relationship that doesn't work for me. I'm going to leave that job that doesn't work for me. Now, they're not suggesting you just up and go, but they are saying, look at where you feel disconnected, where you feel left out in the cold, and where you need to then make those changes to walk away from that, to say, I deserve a much more fulfilling and enriching life. So we've got some shifts going on for you then in September, Scorpio. All right. Now, this doesn't surprise me because this is your 10th month before you come to your birthday season in November, end of October, November. So when we're moving our year, our birthday year goes from our birthday to the following year. Okay. So wherever your birthday is, that's your New Year's Day. And as the 12 months goes on, we're kind of moving and growing and developing and changing and expanding. And as we're coming towards the year, we're letting go of stuff that doesn't work for us anymore. We've outgrown, a little bit like snake shedding its skin. And when it's shedding its skin, it looks a bit tatty and it looks a little bit scruffy. But actually, it needs to go because it doesn't fit it anymore. It's outgrown it. The skin is tight and restrictive. It needs to come away. And underneath is this shiny, beautiful, bright new skin. And this is you in September just before you're coming, the last 6-8 weeks for your birthday, letting go of what is restricting you, letting go of what is holding you in a place where you feel not particularly fulfilled. And the energy of September is to help drive you forward into a space so that by the time you hit your birthday, you are ready to start a whole new year, a new cycle, a new chapter. So we've got a little bit of shifts and changes for you. Now we've got the 7 of crystals also coming up for you. Let's bring this up. Okay. This is your castle there behind you. Your castle. You're sitting, you're looking at those crystals, you're meditating, you're contemplating, you're plotting and planning, and you're saying, how can I make it better? Why am I sitting out here on my own when there's all those people behind me in the distance there around my castle? I choose to be part of, I choose to be included. Okay, because we had that energy of the 5 there, which is feeling excluded. So you're looking at where it doesn't fit. Sometimes things don't fit because they're not meant to fit. So if there's a group of friends or family that are kind of pushing you out and excluding you, maybe we need to let those relationships go. Let them lie. Just kind of go, do you know what? I'm going to move into a space where I do feel I fit, where I do feel comfortable, where I do feel I belong. I would rather do that there than to be spending time over here with people where I don't feel I fit and I don't feel I belong, because that feels uncomfortable. So I'm going to walk away from that. Now, we don't necessarily need to end these relationships, but we can just start spending less time there and say, do you know what, whenever I'm around those particular members of my family or those particular friends, I never quite feel a connection, I never quite feel part of. And so I don't need to feel sad about that. I just need to realize that we're on different paths, we've grown different ways, and actually it doesn't fit for me now. I don't feel this connection. So I'm going to walk away and I am going to create new connections where I do fit, where it feels a belonging, a oneness, a connection, a click. That is what wants to come in for you. And then we have this beautiful sun coming out. This is the sun card, okay? So the solar deity, the sun. The sun is about us having fire and power and passion for ourselves and for our life. This is predominantly a card of self-belief. Now, when we're hanging around with people that kind of push us out or push us down, it can really pull our self-belief down and our self-worth. And we start to sort of feel, you know, what's wrong with me? Why don't they want me around? There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't fit there anymore. Go and find another group where you do fit, okay? And then your self-belief can come back. Your self-belief and your confidence, your light shining brightly with people that respect you, include you, want you. This is where you're at in September. So you're being asked to look at relationships around you, including at work, where you feel pushed out a little bit, you don't quite feel you belong, and you are asked to, the universe is saying, use this month to start moving away from some of those that push you out and allow yourself to create new groups, new connections with those that include you. All right, now then, let's see what your higher self wants to say. I'm going to the Gilded Tarot. Let's see what else. Can we add a little bit more, please, for Scorpio about this big shift and creating something new and different here, where they feel included and part of and accepted. What else do you want to say, please? Okay, so we've got the moon coming up, which is your inner side, your shadow side, your hidden side. Because very often with these situations where you feel a little bit pushed out, you may not be saying anything. And so maybe it's time that you spoke up, because the moon is all about, and as we look at that now, let's bring it up on the screen. This card is about allowing what is hidden to come up to the surface. So maybe it's coming up for you to realize, do you know what, I never really felt part of that. Why am I hanging around there? All right, maybe that's enough that you are realizing it. Maybe it needs to actually be expressed as well, that you vocalize it. You say to these people, do you know what, I never quite feel part of this group or this family, and it doesn't make me very happy. So feel that within your heart of what is right. Is it just about realizing it for you, or is it about sharing that realization? What else do you want to tell Scorpio, please? Okay, so we've got the Page of Wands coming in and the Chariot. Okay, so as you do this realization with the moon, what happens is, first of all, we have the Page. So let's talk about him coming through. So the Page is a messenger, information, opportunities, doors opening, invitations coming through. Because as you realize that actually I don't feel belonging there, you project that out to the universe. You go back to those first two cards with the Angel Whispers and with the I Am Creator. You ask the universe to help you to create new groups where you feel part of, and those invitations begin to come through, which is wonderful. And then we've got the breaks off, we've got the Chariot, and this is then moving you forward into a much stronger space, but one that you fit in better, so that by the time you get to your birthday, you are in this space where you feel you've let go of what no longer serves you. You've moved into a new space that feels right and ready for this new fit for the next 12 months, and everything starts to flow forward. So it's a very powerful month, Scorpio, for you. A bit of a transformative month, but I don't feel that this is in any way negative for you. I feel that this is a really important part of pushing you forward into a place within yourself and life where you feel much happier and much more fulfilled. So I do hope that you let me know how this plays out for you, and I will see you next month in October for more messages from your angels and your higher self. Take care, Scorpio. Lots of love. Bye-bye.